to the general readings for March of 2021 on Looking Glass Letterbox. Again, this is a general reading, so it may not connect or resonate for everyone out there, but hopefully there's something here that's interesting or curious or helpful that you can take with you to consider throughout March and Pisces season. Happy birthday to you, Pisces. If what's showing up here does not connect or is not active for you at the moment, check your other sign placements. What may be happening for you and what you're considering and focused on at the moment may be showing up somewhere else in your chart. So check your rising moon and Venus signs as well. And even if it does, doing that, I find it gives me a richer, more comprehensive picture of what's happening for me. So I definitely recommend that. We're going to go ahead and jump in here with what is moving out of influence. So where you're coming from, moving into your season, and you have Temperance and the King of Cups. This is you, Pisces. You are the King of Cups. King of Cups is about employing emotional adeptness, emotional mastery, knowing how to work with your emotions, how to apply emotional intelligence, not being ruled by emotions, even through turbulence, even through upheaval. Emotional resonance and equanimity and application is confidently dispersed with the King of Cups. It's an authoritative, understanding, generous, receptive, but in control and adept at handling the emotional fluctuations through time and space and development and circumstance. So very strong position to come from. That is you, Pisces. And then in a state of temperance. So the King of Cups in a state of temperance. So that is Sagittarian energy. Some of you may be involved or connected to a Sagittarius. But temperance is about the space between change, the alchemy of change, what's happening in the flow, the water that's being exchanged in a traditional deck, the water that's being exchanged and transformed and transmuted in the cups that Temperance is holding. That always gives me a Piscean, a vibe of Pisces to it. So it is the flux and the flow into and out of as it becomes and transforms into something else, and the time and the patience and the equanimity that is employed in order to allow that to happen. So a Pisces coming out of especially this past Aquarius season, is definitely, whoever's connecting with this is in a space of taking all of that expansion and discovery and inspiration and awareness and awakening that happened throughout Aquarius season, and in the soothing balm that is the Pisces season, allowing that to macerate and flow and change and become enriched and further understood or embraced before any decision is taken on how to move forward. So very much a time of recovery, reacclimation, and considering where you were, where you want to go to next, because we are in the end of the zodiac year. Pisces is the final sign of the year. Pisces wraps it up, and all of the processing of the development and the change that has occurred throughout the past year, tends to become prevalent in Pisces season if you employ the nature of the zodiac cycles and astrology and things like that in your considerations. So in preparation to close out this cycle and to open up into the next cycle. All right, and then present influences throughout Pisces season is the Four of Swords. So again, taking that time for self-care, reevaluation, acclimatizing, considering the past, considering what's gone down, what's changed, what you've learned, where you've succeeded, where you've failed, where you've had trouble, where you've excelled, all of those things. At this point, at the end of the year, Pisces, you may be feeling a little depleted as well. So taking time to employ self-care and rejuvenating yourself. And with swords, this is in the intellectual body. So in your thoughts, your understanding, your perception, your perspective, your story, what you allow, what you decide, all of those things, taking time to rest and recharge so that you can be revitalized from a place of stable mental awareness and foundation, moving into Aries season when things are going to reignite to move forward on the next stage of their progression and evolution. All right, and then oncoming influences toward the end of Pisces season going into Aries. We have the Four of Wands and the Devil, so fire energy with the Four of Wands. This is about celebration, milestones, what you've accomplished so far and what you've been focused on doing. It's also your home, the stability within your home. And with the Devil here, this is Capricorn energy. So taking a realistic look at the home that you are existing within and that you've built so far, taking a look at the realistic details of what has been achieved, what needs to be achieved, how things are, because Pisces is a little bit dreamy. So getting a checking in with the, well, I don't want to say harsher reality, but the, sharper focus on the reality of where you're ambitious, where you are fortified, where you are stable for growth, because this is a very magnetic, grounded earth energy, and also where you are limiting yourself, addictions and things that you keep yourself tied to impose limitation upon yourself, to prevent yourself from moving on to the next thing, or to prevent yourself from going out of a fear or inadequacy or just lack of attention to detail, or the effort that's required in order to bring something to the next stage of fruition. You've already accomplished some because you're at the Four of Wands. So stability through your dedicated actions to bring something about. And the Devil is asking yourself, where are you limiting yourself? Where are you prohibiting yourself? What are you keeping yourself tied to or bound to that's in your control to release yourself from? Because that's the addictions and the temptations and the things that we tie ourselves to, and we can remove those whenever we like. Not that it's easy to do so, but it is within our capability and our decision in order to do that. So keep that in mind. So here, moving out of influence and current influence is sort of coming back to yourself, reunifying yourself, coming back to center, rejuvenating yourself, and reconnecting to your sense of being. And then oncoming influences going up closer to Aries season, it's the consideration of your external and what you've built so far, and taking a realistic look at those things that need to be adjusted or reevaluated, rearranged, reconsidered, in order to provide more stability and encourage further growth from that point. All right, supporting Temperance and the King of Cups, we have the Fool. All right, this is the energy of Uranus within embarking upon a new endeavor, expanding your vision, expanding your awareness, expanding your experience, being willing to employ faith and trust that embarking upon this next stage of development, you are going to be willing to learn and be open and receptive to the lessons and the developments along the way. So stepping out with new ambition or reinvigorated spirit in what you've already been working on, after allowing that time and space for change and acclimation and metamorphosis, and a return to your own sort of seat of power. Supporting the Four of Swords, we have the High Priestess, tapping into your intuition. So intuitive awareness, what secrets are that you want to be revealed to you? What are you seeking on this path of the Fool? Everyone has their individual purpose and reason and things that they want to find out, things that they wish for, want to come into connection with, want to achieve, your ambitions. But intuitively, within yourself, what do you know those things to be? Checking in with your gut, checking in with your, your intuitive resonance when you come across something that you're like, yes, that is what I'm seeking. That is what I'm seeking. And following that intuition, relying on that intuition to guide you in the right direction on this path of the Fool. And then supporting the Four of Wands and the Devil, we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so checking in with your emotional resonance, going back to center, going within a little with the Four of Cups. You want to make sure that you are not turned inward so long that you become withdrawn, that you miss out on the bounty and the joy and the bliss that you've already established and you already have available to you, that you don't miss out on new opportunity and new points of fulfillment to engage with. Because in the Four of Cups, she has all of that here, and the new offer coming in with the Ace of Cups there. So don't stay turned inward so long that you detach from it and miss opportunity and aren't able to appreciate what it is that you've already developed, you've already gained, but just long enough to come to a point of emotional stability and behavioral stability, ambitious stability, and mental stability when you're walking out on this new path moving forward. But it looks like you're going to be coming from a very strong, centered, actionable, solid space to address these things and how they're going to work into this expansion and this next level of experience that you are seeking out. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So what are you working on? What are you excited about? What are you developing? Eight of Pentacles is about stability and strength and growth in the current endeavor. And developing further from that point. And this card in particular is about mastering the craft that you have decided to focus upon. You know, really digging into the details and infusing it with value and gaining greater understanding and greater levels of being adept at creating that masterwork, you know, and seeking further and further development within your creation so far to do it really well, to create something that you feel is significant of value in order to extend that out into the world. So what are you actively working on manifesting next as well? With this card, it's also beware of perfectionistic tendencies. And this, Temperance and the King of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Fool, the High Priestess, that's all suggesting that you're going through a process of reconsidering your expectations of yourself and the situation and the results that you expect to get, and releasing the restriction of an exact expectation you're hoping to achieve and giving yourself over to the process of it and accepting that the result that you get and you receive is the byproduct of all of that development and all of that effort. That's probably why this reevaluation is happening within the Four of Wands space, with Capricorn applying and doing a check-in with center with the Four of Cups. It's because you're trying to come into even a greater sense of alignment with what it is that you're working on and developing here. That's very exciting. And then we have notes from the universe on love and connection. And you have gotten, if they loved you, if they once loved you, they still do. Thanks for every single time you ever fell in love, whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, and whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything. Actually, you are always loved back. You change the universe. Okay, so love is not wasted. The love that you were given is still within your possession. It's a perpetual sort of a thing. It may not apply in the way that you expect that it would, but releasing restrictions on your understanding of what to be loved and to love in return actually means can have a great deal of influence over how you progress throughout this next stage of development as well, and moving into this new zodiac year. All right, that is lovely, Pisces. That is all I have for the general reading for you today. If you would like to check in with the extended reading for this, that is on the Patreon. I will list the link below if you're interested in the extended readings. There's also Tea Time and Tarot is available. That's the daily readings I post Monday through Friday. If you want to check those out, I will see you there. Otherwise, thank you for your time and attention. I realize it is valuable, and I am grateful that you share some of it with me. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, share to support the channel. If you like what I'm doing here, I would be eternally grateful for that. Otherwise, I will see you next time, Pisces. Bye.